Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin with the chapter 4, that is heat and its effect. All of you know what is heat. Heat is something which feels us hot or warm. So we can also say that heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness or coldness. Like if you touch warm water, then you feel warm. If you touch an ice cube, you feel cold. If you touch an iron, you feel hot. So hotness is actually the sensation of the temperature of the body. So we can say that heat is a form of energy which causes the sensation of hotness or coldness. Now, unit for heat. As you know that unit for length is meter, unit for weight is kilogram. Similarly, unit for time is second. So there is also unit for heat. So unit of heat is actually joules and calories. Heat is measured in joules, unit joules, and in unit calories. So 1 kilojoule is equal to 1000 joule. Similarly, 1 kilocalories is equal to 1000 calories. Now children, do you know that different forms of energy can be converted into heat energy or gets converted into heat energy. Like one example I have given you, that if you rub your hands fast, if you rub your hands little fast, after few minutes you will find that your hand has become or palm has become warm. So why this happened? Because due to rubbing, mechanical energy has got transformed into heat energy. Due to rubbing of your hand has become warm. Now children, another example I am giving you. When fuels are burnt either for cooking, then what happens? Their chemical energy, that is in form of fuels, gets converted into heat energy. So we can say that heat energy is transformable or it can be converted. Now third example again I am giving you. Switch on the electric heater. When you switch on the electric heater, what happens? Electric current passes through it and heat is produced. Thus you can say that electrical energy gets transformed into heat energy. The change can also be reversed. Here different forms of energy are being transformed into heat energy, but similarly in the same way heat energy can also be transformed in different type of energy. One example I am giving you for that, that is burning of petrol in vehicles. In vehicles, when you start the vehicle, petrol starts burning and produces lot of heat. So when petrol burns in vehicle, heat energy is produced and this heat energy get transformed into mechanical energy. So the vehicle starts moving. In this way, the energies are transformable from one form to another form. Now hot and cold. If we provide heat to any object, then it becomes hot. It gives you sensation of hotness. And at the same time, if you take out heat from any object, then you feel cold. But only by sensation how hot or how cold the substance is you cannot detect. So for the hotness and coolness of a body, we give a term temperature. So temperature is actually the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. So children, as I told you that to measure the exact degree of hotness or coldness, we use the term temperature. So the units of temperature that is commonly used is degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin. These are the three units that are commonly used by us. Now next we come to measure the temperature of any given body. We need to use some instrument, and that instrument is thermometer. So thermometer is the instrument for measuring temperature of any given body. In thermometer, actually thermometer are of two types. One is the clinical thermometer and other is the laboratory thermometer. Clinical thermometer have Fahrenheit scale marked on it, and its scale is marked from 32 degree F Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit, and there are 180 divisions between 32 to 212 degree Fahrenheit. In laboratory thermometer, the scales are in form of degree Celsius, and therefore it is marked from 0 degree Celsius, that is freezing point of water, to 100 degrees Celsius, that is the boiling point of water. And in degree Celsius scale, the scale in the intervals in between is divided into 100 parts. There is also relationship between degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit. It means when you are given degree Celsius, you can find in degree Fahrenheit, and if you are given degree Fahrenheit temperature, if you are given temperature in degree Fahrenheit, you can convert it to degree Celsius by using this formula, that is centigrade upon 100 is equal to Fahrenheit minus 32 upon 180. Okay children, now I am going to tell you how to convert degree F into degree Celsius. Now just see, if Fahrenheit is given, Fahrenheit is 98.6 degrees Celsius. You know that it is the normal body temperature of human. So Fahrenheit given is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, and this you have to convert into degree Celsius. So how you will convert? You will put this value in place of Fahrenheit and solve the equation, that is C is equal to 98.6 minus 32 upon 180, and this 100 when goes to right hand side, it multiplies, it gets multiplied. So 0 and 0 get cancelled. So you get centigrade is equal to 66.6 upon 80 into 10, that is 666 upon 18, and that equals to 37 degree Celsius. So normal body temperature in degree Celsius is 37 and in degree Fahrenheit is 98.6. Now types of thermometer. Now we come to types of thermometer. Mainly there are two types of thermometer. One is laboratory thermometer, that is used in laboratories for measuring higher temperature, and the other is the clinical thermometer, which is used by doctors to measure temperature of human body. So I have drawn the figure of laboratory thermometer. You can see in laboratory thermometer there is a bulb like structure, glass bulb, and one fine capillary running through the thermometer, tube like structure. So it is capillary tube. In between this tube, mercury that is filled in the bulb, it rises with rise in temperature and move upwards, and this thermometer is marked from -10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, and it is clinical thermometer. Okay, children, as I told you that there are two types of thermometer, one is clinical and one is laboratory. Laboratory thermometer you have already seen. Now we come to clinical thermometer. It has an elongated bulb like structure which contains mercury in it. It is glass bulb, and there is kink, or you can say there is structure in clinical thermometer, and then mercury passes further or rise upward and give the temperature of the body. And this clinical thermometer is marked from 32 degree F to 212 degree F, or up to 42 degree centigrade. If marked in centigrade, then it is marked from 35 degree centigrade to 42 degree centigrades. The main difference between laboratory thermometer and clinical thermometer is that laboratory thermometer do not contain kink in it, whereas clinical thermometer contains kink in it, and this kink is necessary in clinical thermometer because once the mercury rise upward, marking the temperature, when we take out from mouth, the kink stops the backward flow of mercury so that we can get the correct temperature of the body. And for that reason this kink is made. Now you have got the difference between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Now we come how to use clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer, before using it, wash with antiseptic solution, then hold the thermometer firmly and give it few jerks so that the level of mercury falls down up to 35 degrees Celsius. Then place it in the mouth or armpit for 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes take it out from that place and watch the rise of mercury in the thermometer and mark that point, which gives the exact temperature of the body. And this kink also prevents the mercury to flow back, so you get the correct temperature of the body. And after measuring temperature, again give 2 or 3 jerks to it so that mercury falls down, and wash the bulb again with antiseptic lotion or solution, and then keep it back to its place. So this is the way of using thermometer, children, and today only this much. Will continue in the next period now.